The film opens with a short clip showing the parasitic life cycle of cuckoos, who lay their eggs in the nests of other birds. Once hatched, the cuckoo pushes the mother bird's offspring out of the nest and is then tended to by the surrogate mother. By the end of the clip, the cuckoo is disturbingly larger than the mother bird, greedily eating all she has to offer. We now see Gemma, who is a young teacher at a children's school. During a class, she is seen treating the children with care, which indicates how good of a person she is. After the class, Gemma is walking out when she meets a friend of hers. Her friend asks her about house hunting as she knows that Gemma and her boyfriend Tom are looking for a new house. Gemma ends the conversation by mentioning that they are going to see some real estate agents later. Gemma notices and walks up to a little girl who is staring at a tree. She sees a dead baby bird. Upon asking, Gemma explains to the girl that the cuckoo bird needed a nest, which is the reason it killed the baby bird. Then the girl's mother calls and she leaves. Her boyfriend Tom arrives and they also leave. Later on, they walk into the real estate office where they meet a rather peculiar real estate agent named Martin. Martin attempts to describe his company called Yonder. Gemma and Tom think that Martin is an odd individual, but they seem very interested in the houses. They follow Martin to Yonder while listening to a song. Upon reaching, they find Yonder to be an odd place where all the houses are the exact replica of one another. Martin stops at house number 9. They walk in and have a look around the house. They are deciding whether to buy the house or not, but Martin suddenly disappears. They try to leave in their car, but they are unable to find a way out. No matter what they do, they always end up outside house number 9. Alas, they are forced to live in that house because they have no other option. They eat the food that is in the house, but it has no taste. The next day, they wake up. Tom climbs up the rooftop, and as far as his sight reaches, he witnesses that all of the houses are the same and that there is no way out. Then, they decide to climb the fences and follow the sun to get out of there, but it is another failed attempt. They fail again and again as they always end up at house number 9. They start a fire and try to burn the house down, but it doesn't work either. When they wake up, they see a strange box in front of them. They open it and discover a baby inside. They have no other choice but to raise the baby. They receive food in boxes and they have no other choice but to live like that. After some time, they wake up to find the baby has grown up. Whenever they do something that he doesn't like, the boy starts screaming loudly, and they are forced to do as he says. Tom gets tired of it and locks the boy in a car, which is an attempt to starve him to death, but Gemma somehow convinces Tom to let the boy go. Gemma is still being nice to the little boy while Tom is extremely fed up and starts digging a hole in the ground, hoping to find a way out. The next day, Gemma and the boy are outside and she notices that the clouds are in perfect shape and size. Later, she sleeps in the room while Tom is sleeping in the hole that he was digging. In the morning, Gemma wakes up and she can't find the boy anywhere. She searches the house but cannot find the boy. She walks outside of the house and sees that Tom is still digging the hole in hopes of getting out of there. Gemma takes a walk and starts screaming. She ends up in the same house and sees the little boy standing over the hole Tom was digging. She runs towards the boy, however the boy does not say a word and shows her the book that he is holding. Gemma gets very curious as takes the book and starts to read it while sitting in the house. She finds a language that she cannot read. The boy is sitting in the living room watching TV. He is watching something that Gemma doesn't understand. When asked, the boy claims he was solving mysteries. He reveals that he has met lots and lots of people. Gemma turns off the TV, which angers the boy at first, but Gemma mentions that they are playing pretend, so he calms down. She asks the boy if he can pretend to be someone he met today. The creepy boy nods in agreement and bends over as his neck starts to pop out. It gets filled with air and he starts to produce an extremely jarring sound. Gemma is exceedingly petrified. She laments that she just wants to go home. The boy calls her silly and tells her that she is already home. The boy is now a man and he is sitting at the table while Gemma is serving him food. She also gives food to Tom and they eat in silence and sadness. Tom again starts to dig the hole and he starts to get very sick. Gemma is out of the house, but when she comes back, she finds the door is locked and they cannot get inside. Tom is in a very bad shape as he sleeps outside. When they wake up, Gemma aggressively bangs on the door. The man opens it up and walks out as Gemma begs him to help Tom. The man does not say anything and walks away with the mysterious book in his hand. Tom dies in Gemma's arms. She mourns his death, while contemplating that all she wanted was a simple life with Tom. The man comes back and puts Tom's body in a bag. He throws it in the hole that Tom dug as Gemma begs him to stop. While he is filling the hole, Gemma is crying in the car where she notices a mattock. She holds that mattock with a firm grip and hits the man with all the strength that is left in her weak body. The man gets injured badly, and he starts to crawl while making a hissing sound. He opens a hole in the concrete footpath and goes inside. Gemma immediately sticks the mattock in the hole and witnesses the man crawling towards another door. Inside the hole, Gemma sees multiple houses merged together. As she goes inside, she starts to slide down, goes through a wall and lands in another house. There, she witnesses the same boy sitting and watching the same TV. She stands up and quietly moves into the living room where she sees another woman who is sitting there, crying just like her. Gemma can't figure out why this is happening to her and to all the other people who are trapped there. Suddenly, she starts to sink into the floor. She completely goes through the floor and drops into another house. Here, she witnesses a couple making love as a boy is watching them, but they do not seem to care. She is too stunned to speak. The wall suddenly opens up and sucks her in as it takes her to yet another house. Here, she drops in the shower. She gets up and walks towards the bathtub. When she sets the curtains aside, she sees a man dead in the bathtub. This means that there was a couple stuck in this house also, and the man of the house died just like Tom did. Scared by the dead body, she begins to walk away as she falls down the stairs and lands in the living room. After hitting her head very hard, she struggles to open the front door. When she finally walks out, she sees her car and realizes that she is once again back to house number 9. She limps outside and tries to walk but falls in the front yard. As she is taking her last breath, existential dread takes over her. She begins to wonder who she is, what this place is, and what her role is in this place. She wants to know why they did this to her. The man looms over her and begins to speak. He says that her role is of a mother who prepares her son for the world and then dies at the end. The man says all of this while painting the house. While wearing a nice suit, he is renovating the house and fixing everything that was broken while Tom and Gemma live there. He begins to put Gemma in a bag while she clarifies that she is not his mother. The man is a bit taken back to hear this. Gemma repeats herself loudly, but the man does not seem to care. Gemma doesn't matter anymore. He doesn't need her anymore because he is a grown man now. The man throws Gemma in the hole that Tom had dug while he was alive. This man had also thrown Tom's body in the same hole. Gemma lands right on top of Tom. The man feels no emotion while throwing Gemma away. He then takes a shovel and buries both of them for good. When he is done filling up the hole, he looks up and feels proud of his accomplishments. When the hole is filled completely, the ground starts to grow grass and the hole is covered. The house is now in brand new condition, like it was when Tom and Gemma first arrived. The man puts fuel in the car and drives away. He knows exactly where to go as he easily finds his way outside the labyrinth of identical houses. He goes back to the real estate office where it all began. At the office, he approaches Martin and Martin knows that it is his time to go. The man is going to be the next Martin now. Martin gives his name tag to the man. The man opens a drawer on his right and takes out a bag. He puts Martin in it and folds Martin as his bones are crushed. He puts a receipt on Martin's bag and puts him in the drawer on his left. He is proud of himself, knowing he has successfully accomplished what he was meant to do. While he sits on Martin's chair, an unsuspecting couple walks in looking for a house to live in. Thanks for watching and see you next time.